What's up, guys? It's Richie back yet again, and we are back again with another video of Talking Cinema. And as said, this time it's going to be on Brad Pitt, joined with the main man,
Xavi Hernz.
You don't know. So, guys, be sure to check this out. So yeah, Brad Pitt, one of like Hollywood's like top A-list actors from, really beginning like his career from like, the mid to late 80s and still being one of the top like you could say like elite Hollywood like sought after actors. I first came across Brad Pitt, which was the movies that he did in the like early to mid kind of 2000s, which was the Ocean series that starred, George Clooney, Matt Damon,
Ocean's 11.
Ocean's 11. 2001, yeah. So then the sequel, Ocean's 12.
The first one I saw was Fight Club, 99.
Fight Club, which is 99. And
obviously, I was quite young at the time. He was old now.
He was, I had a bit of age. I had a bit of age on it.
I have to go cinema. I had to take his ID.
No, I didn't have to. Did I? But yes, like saw him in the Ocean series. Then I went back and I started to do like kind of my, as I do with actors I start to check like their filmography and research, and I came across like a couple of films that I really loved on Brad Pitt. So we're, as like always, we're gonna go through our top 5 Brad Pitt films. So like coming in at number 1, not just one of my favorite Brad Pitt films, but one of the like probably best films of the 90s was the we could say like a suspense thriller. It's like a thriller.
I say neo-noir, psychological, much. It's psychological, much like The Machinist, which you spoke about.
As before, very kind of like reminding that cool. And that was 7, directed by David Fincher. This told the story of like a psychotic man making like doing murders all across New York City, and
American Beauty, wasn't it?
Yeah, that is. So he made he would attack people that he believed sin and sin, of the 7 deadly sins, or like greed, sloth, envy, wrath, gluttony, pride.
You say lust?
Lust. Yeah. He lost this one, yeah. So like this like psychopathic killer would attack these lot, and he would need like a calling card. Like this is why I took this person out, because he was greedy. He was envious. So it's like it's kind of like at the start of the film, it's like a kind of cat and mouse kind of thing. Like Brad Pitt, who's co-starring with Morgan Freeman, who's always like a legendary. Always does a spectacular performance.
This film, even from the pictures I've seen, you can tell it's got a very dark style and a lot of brutality. You can tell it's a Sean Porter Showtime kind of film, and it was nominated for best film editing at the Academy Awards, but it lost out to a sleeper film, because obviously the guy that was in it was in Sleepers. Kevin Bacon.
But like again, I really don't want to spoil the twist, like the twist that happens like midway through. That's why I named the killer as just like he's a psycho killer. I do not want to even go any more in that. But with the 7th film, it's just it's a great film, but it becomes like that kind of legendary film, just more to the climax of what happens near the end. And Gwyneth Paltrow, who plays a big part of the end of this film, if you haven't already seen it.
Coldplay.
Yeah, but
Coldplay, she was going
Coldplay, Chris Martin, But that's at this time, Brad Pitt and this is why 7 works. Brad Pitt and Gwyneth Paltrow, even though they were actors playing like the romance, they were actually dating. They were actually dating in real life at the time, so you could see their connection on the screen.
I think she was a bit like a spliff. She was getting passed around.
Possibly, how Hollywood is, especially early, But Gwyneth Paltrow was beautiful in this film. Brad Pitt.
Tracy Mills.
Tracy Mills. That's who's playing. And Brad Pitt is Detective David. Yeah. And Morgan Freeman kind of plays like a
lieutenant.
Yeah, but
detective lieutenant.
But to Brad Pitt's character, it's kind of like the mentor to the kind of you see him, because like he's playing like the up and comer. It's kind of like a mentor kind of, in some ways, kind of like a father figure to like Brad Pitt's character. You know, he's kind of just showing him the right way. You know, because the saying of New York in this, you know, it's a very, very kind of dark. It's like the slums. You know, it's like not a nice place to be. It's possibly like Gotham City. Gotham City was real life. That's how it looks like in this film. You know, so it was great direction from the director.
And if the last scene in California as well. So
you know, the final climax, which really gives this film this kind of like, you know, like legendary status, you know, was filmed in Cali. You know, but definitely Seven is one of my favorite films of the 90s, and you know, definitely top 5 of Brad Pitt's films. In at number 2 of like, you know, top 5 Brad Pitt films, one has to be the 99 film, kind of a cult film as today is Fight Club, starring Brad Pitt, Edward Norton.
The thing about Fight Club is that people don't really put like a genre on it.
Well, that's the thing.
Every time, you know, like, is it action? Is it psychological? Is it crime? Is it thriller?
It's a bit of like both, you know.
If you look at Fight Club, more time you would just see it just says American film.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what's so
it doesn't really have like a category to really describe
like
it.
I think it's over like 8.5 on IMDb. It's high.
Very, very.
It was it made the top 10. Obviously, this changes hands a lot, so it was in the top 10 at one point of best films ever in IMDb.
Because it's so unique, like you've never seen anything like it, you know, and kind of similar to, because it's the same director who directed Seven.
Fincher.
It has the same kind of plot twist, you know. Again, won't spoil it, but like you don't know when you come into this movie. Around midway from to the climax thing, you will not expect what happens in the end. Same thing as Seven in this, you know. So I think David Fincher and like Brad Pitt got like a great, chemistry as like director and actor. You know, would you say?
Yeah, he plays he's like a soap
He's soap salesman,
like Tyler Durden.
Yeah, you know, he meets him and he meets him on like a flight, like when
Edward Norton he's an incredible actor.
Yeah, he plays like an everyday man in Fight Club, you know, and
he's telling us the story.
Yeah, no, he's narrating the story.
He's a narrator. And when I was younger, I thought that Morgan Freeman was the only one that could be a narrator.
Yeah, exactly.
Edward Norton has definitely got that voice.
Perfect, you know.
I mean, after watching Primal Fear, which is a 96 film, it's like a legal thriller with Richard Gere. I was like, that was I'm sure that was his first feature film, and he got nominated for best supporting actor at the Oscars. And this is it's probably the second film in terms of timeline which I've seen Edward Norton.
Yeah.
So it's incredible.
Awesome, you know. What do you think about Helena Bonham Carter, the leading lady?
Yeah, she's amazing. She's one of
I love like her. She's fine.
her and Emma Thompson are probably two of the best English actresses we've ever seen.
And similar, you know, as we talked about Christian Bale, like when they kind of transfer to that American accent, you can't really detect it. You know, they're so like trained. You know,
I'd say My Man from House.
Yes,
Hugh Laurie.
You wouldn't, if you see this, you wouldn't even believe she's British. You know what I mean? And she plays great alongside like Edward Norton's. You know, like the romance that they have.
Yeah, it's more like that English Rose, but in an American film.
Different things, you know. And this is probably the first time before, like, because you know when you see Helena, you usually see Tim Burton films with Johnny Depp, so it's kind of nice to see her in something out of that kind of gothic world that she usually does, like all the Harry Potter films. You know what I mean? So
like
everyone's in Harry Potter.
She's like,
I'm gonna be in the sequel.
She's like a smoothie. She just blends in.
Yeah. I've always, Helena Bonham Carter. I don't care. She's fine wine. Hey.
And don't forget Jared Leto.
I said Jared Leto the last time, but Jared Leto,
It's like he got wings wing things or these forehead. Angel face.
Yeah.
So
He
what a name,
looks
man.
so
He's a
you know,
talented
young
guy.
and that, but very talented actor. You know, it's funny. He appeared in all these films like in the 2000s, but he only started to get his name this later time. You know what I mean? With like Penn and Suicide Squad as Joker and that.
Coming of age sort of film.
I was gonna say that, you know what I mean? I first watched this like when I was in college, you know, so yeah, like 17, 18. So I was watching that and 7.
But then it could be a rom-com as well.
Yeah. It's the way you kind of
right.
interpret it, you know. It's like I said, it has that twist just like 7, so...
Replay.
You know,
replay, by
yeah.
A lot of songs, though.
Exactly. But it's
one of them. It's like sort of like The Matrix. It's a film you may have to watch multiple times.
I would definitely say
Fight
Club and Matrix, they kind of fit in that same kind of universe of those kind of films. It's unreally definable, but it's that kind of same genre of like as my man X said, like a coming of age film. You know, so definitely check out 1999's David Fincher's Fight Club, classic
film. So it's like my chain got robbed because we're going to talk about Snatch. Yeah. So I'll say that's a British classic.
Yeah. Like a very
Guy Richie.
Yeah.
Guy Richie, man.
Directed the Aladdin, the new Aladdin, and you know.
The Guy Richie takes a lot of the actors like Alan Ford, Jason Statham, who were in Lock, Stock and Two Smoking Barrels. Vinnie Jones as well. Yeah.
A footballer turned actor. Yeah. Great. Hot, man.
And in this film, it's like it's set in a London criminal underworld, I'd say. It's kind of two plots. One dealing for a stolen diamond, the other one's small-time boxing promoter, which is by the Meme Machine, the Transporter, and he's a mechanic as well. Jason Statham.
Is that it? Jason Statham.
Yeah. He's like the Tom Daly of acting.
Oh, exactly.
Remember, he used to be a diver as well. A lot of people don't know that.
You know,
Commonwealth Games, all them things.
He had his martial arts background, then he
Brad Pitt is like, you know, it's so funny because he plays an Irish traveller, and like when I was in school, people used to watch it. It's like they was inspired by this character because they thought they could be a boxer like him. One Punch Mickey.
Yeah, and this was like just after Fight Club, so you could see, if you see how Brad Pitt's kind of physique in Fight Club, it's like he kind of kept it for this, you know what I mean? Very like, you know, Brad Pitt was known for his like athletic
these kind of bare knuckle fighter characters, they were kind of boxers, bare knuckle. It kind of reminds me of you know, this film has various plots, just like so does Pulp Fiction in a way. Yeah. Like you know, Ving Rhames and Bruce Willis, that sort of thing. You know, to go down in this round. This is a similar thing. One Punch Mickey is just blazing everyone. Like Marcel blazing squad. Just like,
you know what I mean? What do you think of like Brad Pitt? Because I know he's not the main. Jason Statham meant to be the lead. Then Brad Pitt's it's kind of like the supporting.
You got Jason Fleming.
Benicio del Toro. You know, great actor. You know.
And you got don't forget, you got Desmond. Robbie G.
Robbie G.
Robbie G. But man, it was a bloody good accent as well.
Man, couldn't detect it, you know.
Yeah, man, big him up.
Honestly, but top Snatch, 2000's Snatch. We put that on number 3. Yeah. Yes. Coming in at number 4 is a film that I always return back to. Came out in the mid 2000s. It's Mr. and Mrs. Smith, starring Brad Pitt and Angelina Jolie. You know, the story in this film was like it was this couple who were basically spies, but they didn't know the other one was a spy. You know, and
definitely action comedy.
100%. You
know, one gun. Two guns, like Denzel.
Denzel
Mark,
two guns. That one yet, you know what I mean? But what was cool was because like it actually told the story. It actually told like how kind of marriages can kind of get stale because they're
like assassins belonging to like agents.
But they play that kind of standard marriage life, but there's no kind of thrill. Until once they find their spies, they kind of get more that attraction of when they first met, you know.
Box office hit, man.
Yeah, box office things, you know. And it's like I think what's more classic about it is like how, you know, again, you know, couples can kind of like find love on set, like how Brad Pitt and Angelina Jolie, like they met for the first time through this, you know.
This film established their relationship.
Angelina,
much like
Angelina.
I call them like a Robert Bunsen because they had chemistry.
Yes, immediate. You can see it so much in that.
They are kind of it's different to how they were when they're in a relationship, because I'll say these characters are more like upper middle class.
Yeah. Like just below.
Yeah.
You know, wealthy. You know what I mean. But what I was gonna say is
Vince Vaughn's in this.
Vince Vaughn appears in this.
Internship.
Yeah. Adam Brody, who was on the OC American TV show, and Kerry Washington. You know, she's like she's one of the assassins who works with Angelina Jolie. You know, but what would you think of like what would you think of like Brad Pitt's you know, performance again, because this is such a different character from Snatch, Seven, you know, Fight Club. What would you think?
I thought he was alright, but it's because he had a film called Meet Joe Black, where that was more the romance.
Yeah.
But you can see there was more like of a connection with Angelina.
Yeah, it just felt
more
like
connection with her lips. You know.
Oh man, she was thin. You know, Jennifer Aniston must have really like couldn't like hold her when watching this, because anyone can see.
Maybe they was just friends.
Maybe, but you could see.
I did that. Maybe she.
You know, but the chemistry of them two is what you can't deny. Like anyone can see in this film, like these two, if they weren't a couple, they were definitely gonna be like, nothing would stop it, you know. And I think that's what kind of propels the film from like a basic film to a great.
It's like these shows, Strictly Come Dancing, Dance Online, especially if they're both singles, like they just they
can just easily get, you know. And I think they were in their prime at that time. Was it 2000? That's 15 years ago. You know what I mean? So like,
I've never been in school like that. That film, we see it all the time on buses.
I don't know DVD. Well, I remember seeing the billboard, you know, of
DVD.
like.
I was with him, man.
I was with me. What I always loved in this film was the therapy sessions, because the opening scene it shows both of them. They're in therapy.
That's a big thing in this. It's therapy. I've even seen that in Are We Done Yet with Ice Cube.
Yeah. Or even my wife and kids, like, I'm not your friend. You know? So
you're the one to go to the home seminar.
You need to listen to her.
No, that's bulletproof. Matt Damon.
Bro.
No. I just hope my beady little eyes could see the lock. But yeah, to see the couch. But I can accept that, and my heart is still open.
See.
But back to Brad.
Back to Brad, like this film showed a lot of like what marriage couples kind of go through when they're like together, and there's no adversity. Kind of adversity, you know, and they had, you know, like they had to seek therapy to keep their marriage together. So it kind of tells that side of what I think this is what marriage people could relate to, of them getting stale, they're about to kind of separate, and what they kind of do in this film is show like how they kind of light the fire, you know, back to kind of make their relationship, you know, grant, you know what I mean, still like you know, they can stay together, you know what I mean. So yeah, definitely number 4 we put Mr. and Mrs. Smith. Guys, I would say our last one coming in at 5 would definitely be Ocean's 11. You know, that's my, you know, favorite of the Ocean series. What about you, X?
Probably this is the second one.
Probably 12, Ocean's 12, you know what I mean? But
Part
yeah,
12.
the 12 one is I've seen all of them.
It's like a heist comedy.
Yes.
Sort of
Yeah. Very much like it's called it like a, you know, heist. But it's one of those ones. It's like it's a top stellar cast. You know, George Clooney, Matt Damon, Bernie Mac, God rest his soul. What's his name? Andy Garcia. Don Cheadle. You know, so it's like Brad Pitt.
Hotel Rwanda.
Yeah, surrounded by a great, like, you know, stellar cast.
You say Julia Roberts.
Julia Roberts, who is in the first and second one. I think she's in the first one as well. You know what I mean? But
that's a pretty woman.
Well,
If you know, I know you know that one.
I know, man.
You get that one.
Yeah, honestly, that kind of echoing that. But what do you think of Brad Pitt in the let's say the first Ocean's film? You know, because the story in the first one really focuses more on, you could say George Clooney's mainly the lead in the first one, you know, so it really focuses on him trying to get Julia Roberts, back from, because Julia Roberts is with Andy Garcia's character.
Oh yeah, it's like
you remember, and Casey Affleck, Ben Affleck's brother.
His name's like your car, Rusty.
Oh man, that really hurts me, you know. But
so Danny,
yeah.
It's all coming back to me.
It's all thing.
Danny Ocean.
I've seen but like it follows. The first one really follows like George Clooney. You know, as I said. Then as I said, like
it's sort of like a Reservoir Dogs actually.
Bam.
Sort of thing. But they're not sitting in a cafe, are they?
Yeah,
just
like playing cards.
Yeah, from the start of that film, I could see where that was going.
Yeah. But yeah, I always thought Ocean was like a good,
man.
Yeah. I know. And if you want to know Casino in that. But I always thought it was a good film, not great. Yeah, you know what I mean? Like decent, it was like, if it's on, I would watch it, but it wasn't like a one I would always come back to, watch.
I know there's a spin-off. There was an all-female one to come out.
Yeah, that was Ocean's 8.
Ocean's 8. Yeah, Sandra Bullock. Yeah.
Sandra Bullock and that.
On a Bird Box, all them things there.
Yeah, but like
Catch on the Blind Side.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But what I will mention is Ocean's 12. Ocean's 11 had a sequel. Ocean's 12, and that one is more following Brad Pitt's story, because it's like with Catherine Zeta-Jones. They have some past kind of relationship, and it brings back to the present time because they're in I believe it's either Amsterdam or Rome. You'd have to kind of correct me.
Yeah, then Amsterdam.
It's in Amsterdam, you know what I mean? So I believe Brad Pitt met...
They're just trying to avoid the problem with the American authorities.
Exactly, because what happens in the first Ocean comes back to bite them in the second one.
Trying to lie low. But you could argue maybe they could have went further than Amsterdam.
Exactly, And Vincent Castel, the French actor, he appears in this as the main, I'd say you could say an antagonist of this movie, in Amsterdam, and I just love the relationship between Catherine Zeta-Jones and Brad Pitt.
362 million at the box office.
Oh man, that's a great amount.
So, yeah, man. Watch that Warner Brothers.
Yeah.
Distribution.
And Ocean's 13 that came out like 2007, which I believe Al Pacino is Al
Pacino,
Ellen Birkin, Casey,
Carl
Rayner's in
and
it.
Andy Garcia.
Andy Garcia comes back in it, so trilogies, you never know what to expect from them. Sometimes
that's when they invest in the casino in the Las Vegas Strip.
So I would say I haven't seen the third one as much as like the first two. 13.
What do you think of trilogies? Do you think
this is what I'm saying?
Always necessary?
I think trilogies sometimes, like,
as I said, you think if it's a weak second film, I said
like with the Batman thing, it was.
Or if the second film was not as good as the first.
This is what I'm saying.
Maybe don't do a third.
Bam! It's got to have like, if you do a beginning, middle, and end, it's okay. But there's some films that they kind of end it in the second one, so there's no need for a third installment.
Forever, like Fast and Furious.
Yeah, honestly. So I mean, trilogies sometimes it's a hit or miss. Sometimes it can be perfect, like like I said, I think the best trilogy is the Batman, the Dark Knight trilogy, but sometimes it can be kind of not so good, So yes, folks, that's like our top 5 Brad Pitt films. Let me know, guys, what your top 5 films of William Brad Pitt, right? Drop your top 5 like in the comment section.
Share it, all of that.
Share it, like, comment, subscribe. You know the drill. We trying to blow. It's 2021, man. We can't be underblow. Trying to get to the top, But I'm gonna give you now to my main man next. Is gonna talk about.
Make sure you follow my Flex Instagram page, Hernz Home 1. Every Monday I've got episodes called Track Tales where we talk about my Flex career. Talk about putting up posts of my favorite athletes, people that inspired me in the sport, and just what's going on with me being an Flex official coach, making some big moves in 2021. So yeah, Hernz Helm 1. Yeah. So get at that.
Exactly. So I also put like the links in the description. Definitely check out check out his stuff. I've been watching this stuff for like too long now. You know, too long. You know, so someone else is gonna check it out. But yes, guys, stay tuned for more upcoming videos. Which trust me, which will come in very very soon. And what we deciding to do next time, X. I think we'll keep that surprise. We'll keep that surprise for this time, seeing this is a new year. So we'll come back with another one. Yes,
Happy New Year.
I haven't got my one, so happy New Year, guys. 2021 has to be better than 2020. Hopefully, I'm not gonna jinx it. So it's peace to fingers.